Lance.
I'm Jeremy.
And we are Hard to Master, where we take a look at games that are
Hard to master,
such as
That Time You Killed Me
from Pandasaurus Games. Now, this is a game that I have already done a video on from Gen Con 2021, so last year's Gen Con, in which I got to interview Danny Lowe of Pandasaurus Games. She was with Pandasaurus at the time. She's not with Pandasaurus now. And she was able to tell me some information about this game, and it exists now, and so we're doing a review on it. And the theme for this is a very interesting theme. It is time travel. This is a two-player game, only two players, where you and the other player are going head-to-head, and one of you has invented the time machine. The other is about to kill that person and claim that they were the one who invented the time machine. And since you control the time machine, you can go back and say that you were the one who invented the time machine.
I feel like we're going around in circles.
A little bit. That's what's going on in this game. And what really kind of is the icing on the cake with this game is the style, the flair that this game comes with. You open up the box, you get out all the pieces, and there's this little note in here that says, "To whom it may concern." And I'm not going to read this and ruin it for you because I want you to experience it for yourself. And it is a little lengthy, but this is a letter from the future.
It's fun.
One of you, whoever is the one who ends up winning the game.
It's fun reading the rule book.
Yeah, and so it's just a really kind of cool thing that really gets you in the setting for this game. So, what are you doing in this game?
But you have to like dim the lights and
you do.
Light some candles.
You do, yes.
Read this and you're ready to go. Ready to play this.
In a menacing...
Maybe unbox a game on your bed at Gen Con. Who knows?
Yeah. Who does that? We do that.
Get you in the mood.
Now, what you're doing in this game, it is abstract, and it is a little bit like chess in the sense that you are very tactically moving your pieces. Your pieces are going to be these very stark black and white marble-looking pieces, busted pawn-looking pieces. And you're going to have three different boards. I'm going to pull these back so you can see them a little bit on frame here. You're going to have three differing boards, and the boards are going to represent the past, the present, and the future. And you're going to have your representation of yourself in each of those different time eras. So there's my past self, there's my present self, and there's my future self.
Wait, Panda did another game in time? That has to do with time? Time travel?
Yes.
That makes sense.
And so what you're doing is...
It's a good thing.
You are moving the presence of yourself on these particular boards.
That's the future of yourself, though. That's
the past of yourself. This is the future of yourself. And if you can see these boards, like here's the future, and it looks really chaotic and deconstructed because nobody has good hopes for the future.
It tracks. Yeah, I never even noticed that.
That's really cool. That's what I mean by the flair of this game. So you're also going to have this little token right here, and this is where your attention is at. And at the beginning of the game, one player is going to start in the past, the other is going to start in the future. And wherever your attention is, your focus, that's where you have to take your action for that particular turn. So my focus is here in the past. I have to do my action with my pawn that is on the past, and then I have to shift my focus to one of the other two eras. It cannot stay in the same location that it was at before. So that gives my opponent a foreknowledge of what I'm going to be doing on my next turn. And you also get that benefit from them. You're going to see where they're going to be going on their next turn. So what are you doing on your turn? Well, you're trying to maneuver your piece on a 4x4 grid here to attack the other player by pushing them off of the board or pushing them into copies of themselves. Whenever you time travel in this game, because you can go from one era to another era, you can go forward in time by moving ahead onto another board. You can also go back in time, and when you do that, you are going to leave the copy of yourself on the era that you were currently on, because Your presence isn't just disappearing and vanishing like it does in Back to the Future. You remain there, but your presence is now in the past too, if that sort of makes sense. This is time travel, after all.
This game's for 10-year-olds. How do they understand this?
I have no idea. But you can only do that so many times because you only have so many copies of yourself that you're able to leave on these different eras. What you're ultimately trying to do is eliminate your opponent's presence off of 2 out of the 3 of these boards. If you're able to do that at the end of a turn, you win the game. And it's a lot more simple than how I've even explained it. The time travel element makes it sound a lot more complicated than it is, but it is just a straightforward abstract game of maneuvering yourself and trying to eliminate your opponent on certain boards, knowing that your focus really hampers you, but also gives you a benefit because you see where your opponent's going on their next turn. All in all, the base game, that's what you have. Except you have unlockable content. Now, we're not going to spoil anything about that. I'm just going to show you that there are boxes inside of the box that you progress your way through as you learn the game and play it more. And these boxes add other elements onto the board and things for you to try to achieve as you play the game.
Vastly changes the way that you play the game.
Yes.
In addition to that, it is not legacy. I know a lot of times when you see boxes, you think, oh, there's no legacy aspect to it. You just progress as far as what unlockables you get, and then that's going to change each game. And as you go, you can add all of it together, or you can choose different modes that you want. And after you play a certain amount of times, it says now try and incorporate. But I will tell you, as you progress in the game, it gets way better. So you start the base game and you're like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I like how if I move to the past and I got that guy there, which now I'm double teaming this guy and I've got to eliminate all his extra pawns, and that's cool. Then you throw in box 1 and you're like,
whoa.
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
It makes total sense that I would do this in the past and this happens here, and then in the future here, and boom, I push you into a tree or whatever else might happen, and boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
And then the next one, you think, oh, I got that down, and then you're like, oh, but the rules just changed.
Yeah.
Here, now you have to do this. And if you really want to get feisty, do it all together.
Yeah.
And
right.
then you get that and you're like, you know what? Time for box 3.
Box 3.
Let's do that. How the heck am I going to do that? Okay, let's figure. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Throw it all in. And so on. And there's a 4th box. And so as you go, you can add and take out what you want because you've unlocked that for when you're playing other people. You could pick your favorite additions in there. You could just pick to throw it all in there. You could skip this one and do this one. It's just so cool. And like we said, the theme, amazing. The incorporation of the different components to re-implement that theme in your actions and the mechanics and how the game plays, amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a pretty thinky game on the base level.
Yeah.
When you start adding in all of these other elements, these boxes, it becomes a brain burner because you're really trying
There's so much to keep track of. And remember, you're doing present, past, and future.
Exactly.
So if you're someone that likes to plan out several moves like me, or you feel like, you watched the Queen's Gambit and you saw how she was tic-tacking all these different things that could happen and possibilities, this is one for you.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I like abstract games a lot. I never get to play them usually. Play them if a bunch of people cancel and we try them out at game nights. But usually it's not the thing I'm going to rush to. But this is a great one. There's a lot out there nowadays. Abstract's becoming more to where you can, especially this chess-like abstract and different things you can incorporate to take it to the next level as far as complexity and additions and asymmetry even sometimes. But this is one for their price point and the unlocking and changing of the game. This is one that definitely needs to at least be checked out, look at videos.
Yeah, for sure.
if you want spoilers, I'm sure you can find videos with spoilers. We're trying our best to not give you any. And there may or may not even be more than these 4 boxes you see on the table. I don't know.
That's a little, maybe small spoiler.
No, I just said there may. I mean, I didn't say where. It could be hidden in the rule book or could be under your table. You might have gone back and passed and put it somewhere.
Don't say anymore.
You might have killed the person that invented time and done it. I mean, who knows?
I'm the one that invented this board game. Not Peter Hayward. He didn't make this game. I made it.
Sorry, Peter.
No, but this for you know the
it's like $35, $40, isn't it?
Yeah. It's affordable and you get a lot with it. What I think it really makes this game stand out, abstract games have forever had the rap that they're themeless, that there is no theme to it. It's flavorless. It's just all tactics, which this is still very much a tactical game, and so much so that the other side of our channel loved to hate. I've tried playing this with Sam, my wife. She didn't really go for it too much because it is so very tactical, and you do have to have a very tactical mindset to be able to do well in this game, which is just not her cup of tea at all. Hence the reason why we're looking at it here on Hard to Master. But this game is a 10 out of 10 when it comes to the theme. And I don't know of very many abstract games where the theme comes through in spades. And you have that with this. Sure, you're just moving a really kind of, you know, not a pawn. I mean, it is a pawn. It's not anything.
It's a fractured pawn.
It's a fractured pawn. It is that, yes.
What it is.
But you've got the past, present, and future, and you've got all these other elements that we can't really tell you about.
It's just how it all ties together. Without saying anything, it's how it all ties together, how you implement the new additions, and everything is, that's where the theme gets more, gets thicker.
Yeah.
It's also, I mean, you're not seeing much here to justify a price point, because it's all hidden in boxes. But I mean, as you start to unlock stuff, you're gonna see where your money is actually spent in producing this game. And as you unlock more and you see how the abstract game starts as this, and now the replayability just keeps extending.
Yeah.
I mean, once you start unlocking stuff, you're gonna see that there's so many ways that this game can be played.
Yeah. So I think that's about as much as we can say on this without really spoiling too much for you. And we want you to be able to...
ruined it. You've already seen this video. This is not... I don't even know if we're past, present, or future anymore, to be honest.
Well, we're in the past now if you're watching this. So.
But we're filming in the future, in the current.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it'll probably be deleted in the future.
Time travel, I mean, right? Like Bruce Banner says in Endgame, time travel.
But the Hulk also says, he could also be like, time travel. Time travel!
Anyway, that's about as much as we can say on it without ruining any more on this for you guys. The game is That Time You Killed Me. It is from Pandasaurus Games. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this one. If you've tried it out, what you think of it. Or if you haven't and you really want to play it, let us know your thoughts on it. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of all of our great new content. I'm Lance.
Hey, you didn't give any puns. That would have killed me.
Oh, look at that.
I got you back from the last video. I'm Jeremy. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Bye, guys.